Yo, yo, yo. It's Street Santa Claus. We back, and we back, and we back with this same concept, I think it could be cool to try and lock in a little bit, and maybe round the last couple streams for this specific character design in the next couple streams. We will see though, we will see. We've got some turning around to do. And actually, yes, this was the thing. I wanted to start as well by doing a little prop call out. Because this cap here is a little bit hard to understand from just this one image. And even from the others, like, how exactly does that cap fit over her head? And I think I'm gonna have to make space for the hair. I'm gonna have to cut out. Like, essentially that is what I think needs to happen. So just wanted to do a quick call out of the cap. And then once we have that, round off the turnaround. We'll see. We'll see how far we get today. Hope everyone had a great day. Mine was pretty good. Thanks for asking. Made some good progress on my my internship work. The passive aggressive streamer, and overall had like a pretty chill day. I was planning on maybe going climbing, bouldering, but I'm doing that tomorrow, and I'm like super sore from bouldering. And then sometimes you need a bit of a rest day. Hence, I tooketh one today. I finally yesterday got around to posting that. You remember that sci-fi lady I was rendering for forever? Finally got that sort of like formatted and ready for an ArtStation post, an Instagram post. I did just delete some of my files because there was like a slice of time where I was between cloud services, and well, essentially both my cloud services and my computer was lacking storage space. So I had to purge something from everywhere, and then some files are safe to purge from everywhere and you'll never miss them. I did purge some some files from that project that had information that I did have like exported out as PNGs, but it had layer information that I lost because I was clowning. What's the expression? You know, worse things happen at sea. Like it's not that bad. And then I guess yeah, that's me not being very clear. These chains should actually somehow slot into the cap. Don't really like that. Add a slider body here. That looks goofy. That looks goofy. I think we just add another one of those rectangles and then it kind of slots into there. Sick. Sick, cool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You know what? That also feels like a little bit long now that I'm taking a second look at it. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What? Okay. One, 2, 3, 4. That's nowhere near enough. I guess this could be the 6th. divide this into 8 spaces. Quick maths. Wrong maths. God dang it. All right, and then the zippers on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 here, and back there. It makes the art a lot better if you flip the canvas a lot and frantically pan and zoom. I've read that somewhere. All right, and then I wanted to put the chains on there too. And am I correct that they're supposed to be angled out? Yes. Come on. Okay, can I find a way to mute that? I think that's the easiest thing to do. Stop. Yeah. I suspected as much might happen. We're streaming with several pieces of software. So we're uploading twice the entire stream. And TikTok's live software has this, or TikTok's like live API software has this crazy sound effect whenever you disconnect. Which I guess for a lot of people that might make sense. Like, a lot of creators might really want to know if they go off stream. And like, I guess they'd be streaming on their phone as well. No, right? Because it's like a computer API. Anyway. Oh. I have a fan to help me out with the temperature. I will employ it. I feel like I need to call out like just the design for like the slider body that we're using here, because we have it like everywhere. Huh? Give me a second. I think it's like that. Yeah, there we go.
The easiest way to get into the meditative state is to begin by listening.
And the zipper head as well would be another, I think, smart, useful call out. Zipper head? Is that not what it's called? Is that not what it's called? The head of a zipper? I had this zipper chart. Zipper head? I hardly know her. Oh, fuck. Damn. I had no idea. No, it's a pull tab. It's a pull tab. All right, all right. Was today years old. The controversies, right. Yeah, and for sure never saying that again. I like the idea of getting the controversies out of the way. Like you make your fuck ups early and then you can never do it again. Cause you've already done it, so Joe Rogan did that, right? He said the N-word early in his career, and then but oh wait. I think that did pop up. Though I don't think he's very like hamstrung or anything. Seems to be going a mile a minute. Right, and I considered making the pull tab like pointy as well, but I don't think we're gonna be doing that. I think we're gonna be doing like a pretty classic zipper. Bit of a slimmer form. Probably doesn't even need like that ledge I drew in there. Right, so literally just do that. Makes sense to me. Cool, pretty simple. Just something like that. And then, you know, I have pen. I have apple. Apple pen. I have pen, I have pineapple. Pineapple pen, and then they combine to form one big Voltron. Holy smokes. Sick, that's that call out. The cap is a bit of a bigger challenge. Well, it's just like more work. There's more going on. Once that's called out, then we'll do the turnaround. Nah, it should really just be straight, no tilt. No tilt to these. Probably shrink the brim of the cap a bit. Looks a little better to me. Do the same thing over here. Add the chains. there's a TikTok chatter. I see. I'm better at reading the chat on Twitch. But hey, thanks for the compliment. I do my best. Where did I draw this then? Oh no. Oh well. Wrong layer, gang. Wrong layer, gang. Happens. I wonder if there's a way. I mean, obviously there is. Just organize my screen so I can see all the chats at the same time. That would be one way to do it. Okay. And then we're just doing, for these like callouts, like an almost isometric perspective, I think would be the best idea. Meaning no perspective distortion, meaning they kind of are all supposed to work in the same perspective. I think that's the play. I think that's actually hella the play. So let's just make it official. So now this is our perspective for the callouts. And then it becomes pretty easy to make sure that they're all just aligned. You can see the caps, for example, are not. Are not aligned. There we go. Better, better. Just distort it a little bit more into perspective. And there we go. Cool. This is the part of the design process where the drawings look shitty. Just getting in the sketches. Yo, 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 yo. How are you, Themias? Bringing the energy. Bringing the energy for sure. Or maybe I just read it as very energetic. How was your day? Just came back from hanging like a monkey. Oh, you went climbing? Did you go bouldering? I was gonna say I envy you because I had to take a rest day today, but I don't really, like, I mean, it's all part of the process. Mobile has Wi-Fi problem. Oh noes. Long as it's not me. This is wrong. Should go more down. I think that's better. The canvas flipper, the canvas flipper. Okay, one. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. Well, it should be 5. Should be 5 on each side. You went to a park that has, oh, I see. Like a little bit of calisthenics equipment at the park. That's nice. I did that for a good while in when I was studying in Jutland. I mean, it's nice. The public calisthenics equipment is great because very often, like, it's hard to find a way to do like a muscle up at home or like a human flag. So if you want to practice like the more elaborate or like dynamic or bigger calisthenics skills, that's hard to do at home typically. I ended up kind of tiring of it a little bit and just going like, oh, well, I can kind of just get like a pull-up bar and like some parallettes and then kind of be fine, and like a weight vest, and then do most of the exercises at home. 5 of them. If I want 5, then I need... That's not the lines I'm supposed to count. 10 marks. Okay, so you're the furthest. Split you in half. That's about half. And then split each of these. Put 4 on each of them. Like that. That should give me the right amount, no? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think we did it. We did it, boys. We correctly split a line into the right amount of segments. No one's ever done that. That's so crazy. A weight vest like Goku's training? Yeah, that's me. That's what I do. That's my usual, you know? Well, so you can do like weighted pull-ups and stuff. At some point, like the pull-up, the push-up, those exercises, they get a little too light. Trying to decide if I want like a particular designed clasp for the back of the cap. I think it's better if I just do like a regular so it's more recognizable. Oh, you just do like a buckle, huh? Didn't realize that was so common. Yeah, we'll just do that then. And then it has room for, but does not contain her hair. Her hair is like... It is just that crazy. That's not prosthetic or anything, that's just her hair. Yeah, I mean, at some point, you get past 4, and you get to like 15 or 20, and it kind of like, if you want to build the strength, you can build like endurance or like... my mate says he feels it like a cardio exercise when he does pull-ups now. I don't think I'm quite there. But definitely if I want to build strength in the pull-up right now, it's gonna have to be, and it is weighted, like I do weighted pull-ups now. And that's way the hell out of perspective. Cool. Humana, we there yet? No, we're not. We're definitely not there yet. Need to put in these slider bodies and pull tabs. Like sippers, just say sippers, bro. I learned the terms now. Like, how can I ever again call the things that like Tom Kench has, call them a mustache when I know that it's barbels? I know now that it's barbels. How would I ever... I can't use the wrong term now. Cool. I think that's kind of the sketch. And we just do another pass, slap on some locals, and then that is, I think, the calling out that we need to do. Hey, Sukor, how you doing? Yep. But now we have to actually, like, draw it properly. What's on this layer? Nothing. And you? That's the turnaround. Yep. Now we just line it up. Okay, biggest frog strategy dictates that I should do these dumbass chains right now. That's biggest frog strategy. We start by eating the biggest frog. Then we can eat the smaller frogs afterwards. Hold on a second though. I didn't save the reference. I'm a doofus. I haven't read the book. I just know of the idea. I mean, maybe it's like a super insightful read. I just feel like they might have given most of it away in like the appendix or whatever. I think, unfortunately, a good amount of self-help books feel that way, or like optimization books or whatever you want to call them, grind set books, do have that. I mean, you must be able to get like 75% of the takeaways from just like reading the appendix. Not the appendix, sorry, I'm blanking. What's the bit at the beginning? The table of contents. The table of contents. Yes, yes, yes. I wanted to find a reference for that chain. Going through the steps and finding new strategies, you think that's what the content is about. How to get there. Yeah, I mean, I have to assume that when you read a book like that it goes into detail, and it kind of helps you apply the principles better. But you know, if you kind of get it, if you kind of just get it, I don't think you gotta read the book. I use the if you kind of just, you know, I've skipped through the line. Oh, you lost me. I haven't even actually flipped through Biggest Frog or Eat the Biggest Frog or whatever. I've just like heard talk of it or like read an article on it once. But I've read like Atomic Habits. I think that's a super useful book. I refer to that one a lot and think about it a lot in terms of like how I structure my day, how I structure my workspace, my habits. But I mean, if you read the table of contents of Atomic Habits and you go, oh, make it easy, make it obvious, make it easy, make it attractive, make it satisfying, and you read those points and you're like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I kind of know immediately how I can apply all those things. I think you're good. I think you're good. I don't think you need to read the book. It's a good book, but if you kind of go, oh yeah, so I put the things around me and I surround myself with people who are good at the thing, and I try to be a 1% better every day, and I convince myself that this is a worthy endeavor, and I'm a self-help book genius. Yeah, I've just solved it, man. I've just solved it. You never need to read another self-help book. That is a reference that I can use. Sick. Like, let's go. It's the 7 habits of successful people. Be proactive. Begin with the end in mind. Okay, makes sense. Put first things first. Yeah. So start easy, start simple, get momentum, build from one place. Think win-win. This is smart. Think about like you're interfacing with people. Make sure that these people also are getting something from the interfacing. Seek first to understand, then to be understood. That's smart. Don't talk too much till you know what you're talking about. Synergize once again. Be aware of your surroundings. Be aware of the people. Sharpen the saw. 1% better every day. This book makes sense. I don't think I need to read it. I think, yeah, we've got it. Cool, thanks. I think it's a super helpful book. I think I'm good. I don't know. And then you just do that. That's kind of winning. Right, my point was, if I take a slice of you, I think these lines need to be a little bit further apart. And the slant, no, the slant is good. And then you just do the thing. Yeah. You're sitting there typing it like it doesn't make sense. You're sitting there calling attention to it like it's like there's something wrong with it. I think that's completely valid. That's what it says at the end of any self-help book anyway. Even if you read it, then you just do the thing. I mean, that's not gonna help you. Same deal. I face them the same way. It's like you read the book and then you just do the thing, or you read the table of contents and then you just do the thing. If you do the thing, you're a winner, baby. I mean, I also think there's people that these books are genuinely very useful for. I read Atomic Habits cover to cover, and that was useful for me. But that was also, it was kind of before I got it. That book helped me get it. the feeling when your ventilation fan creates like air pressure in your room that makes the door fly open. Well, not fly open, just opens the door a little bit, makes a little bit of fun noise in your room. Cool. And now we link and build. We link and build. Wait, no, that's not even the... Yes, it is. It hella is. I just kind of get there differently. Okay. Man, I'm so... Drawing repeated shapes like this. It's fine, we're doing it. It's just really like off-putting. Or like really, not off-putting. It's just not like, like the sexy bit of drawing. It's just not sexy. It's not. But at the same time, it's kind of like you have to do it properly. Because if you don't, it's off-putting. Yeah, off-putting, man. But at the same time, you kind of have to lock in and do it properly. Because if you don't, then it just looks really bad. If like you try to do a repeated pattern and it's not, fuck, man. Then you got to do it again just because you were too lazy the first time. Is this right? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Okay, maybe we just need to check it real quick. Yeah, no, it's not. We're further down into the playlist than we've ever been, because this morning after I streamed, I didn't turn it off. Oh no, I actually have to think about the dimensionality of the chain now instead of just like the 2D graphic. That's annoying. Hate it when it happens. Yeah, because you need to go behind that as well. correct? Is this just one song? It kind of feels like two played over top of each other. Nope. All right. It's the first skip I've had off this lo-fi playlist where it was just like, okay, that's a little too distracting. Crazy thing is I'm gonna have to do this. No, we just copy it. We just copy it and slap it over there. Yeah. Nobody will care. They might notice, but they won't care. Two different things. Two different ways. This is very real. Two different ways to be smart. Like work smart, not hard in your art. Two different ways to work smart, not hard in your art is one, don't do the work that nobody will notice. Like just don't do it. Don't do the work nobody will notice. You can do so many more drawings. You can have time for so many more drawings. If you just don't do that, like 50% of the work that goes into any piece that nobody notices. Or not any piece, but like amateurs pieces. My pieces. The other thing, don't do the work that nobody cares about. Because there's another time sink, man. What am I referring to? I'm referring to rendering every single part of the non-focal point areas of your image rather than implying like the materials and shapes with some brush strokes once in a while. I'm referring to, say, if this wasn't like a design call out, but just like a drawing, just like a sketch, doing all of this detail in like the foot area. That would have been bad if this were this just a sketch. Because nobody cares. Well, like two people care, but there's a lot of work in a given image, in many images, in typically less well executed images that either nobody will notice or nobody will care about. Just move on, man. Do a different image. Stuff like getting the chains perfectly right in this part of the call out. That could be part of that. Like I'll try a little, but I won't spend an hour getting those chains perfectly right because nobody will notice. And if they do notice, I don't think they'll give a shit. And you can waste a lot of time and grow old really quickly if you really work on every single detail and little aspect in the background or of less importance in every piece. I'm not even like very good at this. That's, yeah, you see what I mean? Sick. Got my point across. Achievement unlocked. I'm not even like very good at this. Yeah. I'm a victim of that too. We all are, just in different amounts. Craig Mullins is very little a victim of that. But then again, you know, he's Craig Mullins. He's been at it for a little bit. Something I think a lot about is trying to, and again, we're not doing it right now, that's for sure. But we're doing it a little bit. But just try to make the stuff you spent your time on be the stuff you actually want to improve on or improve at. And so right now the idea is, I do want to improve design, and I do want to improve my sensibilities about what parts of a design do I need to call out and what parts of a design are fine to leave uncalled out. I'm also practicing, well, right now I'm practicing what bits to leave out or care more or less about in like a design sheet. The point is, yeah, try to make sure that the stuff you're spending your time on is actually the stuff you want to improve in. So to me, that's like making sure that as many of my days as possible, I spend as much of my day as possible drawing figures, faces, from angles that I'm not comfortable with yet, or trying to improve my gesture. Like, that's what I really care to improve in, so that's what I try to make my days about. In the extent that I can. There's also other stuff that I want to improve in, so that takes up time in my day. But like a global thing that I try to always have going on is just like fundamentally drawing figures and faces. Do that a bunch. And it's kind of related to this, right? Because if I know about myself that I want to spend a lot of time drawing figures and faces, I can't be spending like very long. I can't be spending all day really trying to get chain links perfect on a Yunara Fan Skin. I can spend a little bit of time that I feel like is worth it, just trying to make sure that they communicate. But like, if I'm handing this off to like a 3D artist, they'll get all the knowledge, all the information they need from this one chain. And then from there, they don't really need the other one to be perfect. So there's other stuff that I could practice that would be more worth my time practicing. It's also why I've kind of made a point out of disliking rendering. Like, it's very intentional for me that I dislike rendering, because it's not the thing that I want to be very good at. So enjoying rendering, wanting to spend a lot of time doing that, just wouldn't be very good for me and my goals. For all this talk, I do think that I've made the chains a little bit too whack, and if I'd spent like 5 more minutes to understand them and their form, maybe they would have been a bit better. But you know, you win some, you lose some. I think it's important to prioritize this stuff. It's like limited amount of time in the world, what do you spend it on? Limited amount of time drawing, what do you spend it on? My bad. That's a mistake. You want to find your own interests as well and focus on them? Yes! That's a really nice thing to do. Oh, playing with proportions, that's fun. I like that a lot too. See, I think this, I think the side profile of this chain is completely wrong. And it should be more of, and let me think. This rounds that. And this rounds that. So they would be like... This is the next one. It would have to be just fully behind the other one. Yeah, it's like there's supposed to be like one of them going this way. And then one of them going this way. So, okay, so don't get obsessed about me going in and fixing the chains now. This is still drawing, it's like spatial awareness, so it's not like completely compromising all my values. Also, the point is not specifically on the chains, like the point still stands. Don't add me. Anyway. Well, the whole point was I'm fine with that not being perfect. I'm just making sure it's functional. Yeah. We're just finding something to do between now and dying. You said what would be an exercise for proportions and shapes, thumbnails and silhouettes? Two very different ones. I don't know. Thumbnails. I imagine I think the best exercise you can do is just like find thumbnails you like and copy them in like a, and then depending on what you're practicing, but do like a classic like 3 value sort of study. Whatever the thumbnail is. Ooh, he's like reaching out towards you. Wow. Say you really liked this drawing, this splash art here. Well, you would have the actual splash art over here and it'd be looking pretty and cool and shit. And then you do this shitty sketch where you're like, okay, well, this is kind of the thumbnail, and then that's kind of the pose, that's kind of the silhouette, and then, oh, look, the values are structured so that the brightest point and the darkest point meet in the focal point. That's not always the case, but it's like a classic way of doing things, right? And then you'd have done one thumbnail and then you move to the next one. Meant character thumbnail. Oh, I see. Well, I think it's the same. Like find character designs that you really like. Do the stupid breakdown of them. Do like the shape breakdown. Do some where you're like, okay, what are the major shapes for this girl? Well, she's got big pant. That's a major shape. And then she's got big bracelet. That's a major shape. And she's got a lot of like she's got like a very forward hip gesture. And I guess it's like spend a little bit more time on them than this, but like make observations about What are the main shapes in a character design that you like? Try to think, if you can, man, that's the best, right? Try to think, why were these decisions made? Or why does she have these, like this big hair with these protruding shapes in this negative space? Well, that's because this is like a very like negative space for one in a silhouette like this. Draws a lot of attention to it. The big shape of the hair contrasted with like the relatively small shapes of the arms around her, the neck, that's contrast. So try to analyze why the choices were made. And then you just try to apply that in your own work, right? And then you do a couple like just silhouette thumbnails. Yeah. You analyze and recreate elements you find interesting. You can do that with silhouette. You can do that with shapes, like internal shapes. You can do that with color. Yeah. You find the thing you care about, and then you like try to analyze it and break it down and recreate it. When you encounter issues, maybe sometimes you ask some people who know for help. But and we'll see if I'm right. But I have a hunch and a feeling that a lot of the stuff that I really want to learn, I tend to be able to learn from just the analysis, like the repeated analysis of whatever I find appealing. So I find once I know what my problem is, say I think my lighting is bad, and I find an artist who does lighting that I like, just studying their pieces, breaking them down in like the stupid way, like just to the simplest possible components, the fewest possible values or colors, or the fewest possible shapes, the biggest possible shapes, breaking them down to their simplest components is typically enough for me to progress from where I am and closer to wherever they are. I don't think it hurts to do the do 100 thumbnails. Just do 100 of your own as well. Maybe start. It's always best to actually. Okay. Do 100 of your own thumbnails. I usually think that the very best thing you can do is try something yourself. Try to do a couple thumbnails. Or maybe 10 of like characters. Make it as narrow as you'd like. Maybe say like sci-fi characters. Maybe say like male sci-fi characters, if that's something. Like find what you care about, do that. It could also just be characters. Anyway, you do your 10 and then you look at them and you go, so these are shit. That's what I typically do. Why are they shit? And then you try to like write down some aspects where you feel like you're lacking. And now you have experience. You have tried the thing. Now you can go ask somebody for help. Meaning, do your studies. Because having tried the thing, what they do differently that works will suddenly resonate with you so much more. And I think that'll make it stick better. So, do your character thumbnails. Feel like they suck. Figure out why. Study someone who does that better. Really sensing, like feeling in your body, oh, it's better because of this thing that I forgot when I was doing them. And then do more of your own and apply the lessons. And so that's the loop, right? You try where you're at, you identify shortcomings, you find somebody who doesn't have those shortcomings, study their work, and then apply in your own work and fix your shortcomings. That's sort of the pipeline I've been trying to run my figures through recently as well. Right, so my typical warm-up is just figures, and then once in a while I went like, I don't like my arms. Let's study some arms from people I like. Or, I don't like my mannequinization, which isn't as wide. Well, isn't as specific, sorry, and generally the more specific the better when you're like self-diagnosing your art problems. But then I went and I studied TB Choi for a bit and figured out, oh, my legs, among other things, I really feel like I could improve my legs a lot. And now my model for legs looks a little bit different, informed by hers. And now we repeat the loop. We do some more gestures. We try to figure out, well, not right now, but we figure out what's wrong with them. Where do I feel like I have something I could learn? And then you find somebody who does it better. It's been working for me so far. It's been working at least decently for me so far. It's the same steps that you want in your approach if you want to try to learn to draw from like imagination rather than from reference. Is you try the thing from imagination, you find some reference, you figure out why your drawings from imagination were not on point, then you study the reference for a while, you put the reference away, and you do it from imagination again. Yeah. Damn, and I did end up spending way too long on the chains anyway. The good thing is now we have this. And this was the bit where I was like, well, we can save some work here. We can kind of get away with something like that. And though the perspective might be a little different and the angle is probably the opposite of like all the chain links, this is kind of fine. Nobody will notice / care. One of the two they won't do. They might do one, they're not going to do the other. Not going to do the other. It's a really good framework for learning, I think, that I've just presented. It's tough to stick to. That's what you'll realize is you'll try to do it in everything that you do, and then you'll realize, damn, I completely forgot to do it for a couple weeks. And then you just kind of go again. You go, okay, reset. Let me dumb it down and be as specific as possible in identifying my mistakes. How big are you supposed to be relative to? It's more that. Yeah. Cool. Looks about right. And then our good friend, the copy paste, feels kind of acceptable in this context, so we do it. There we go. This bit of the design is important to try and communicate at the very least. It's a little silly, but it's just like a cap, but with like a giant hole cut out in the sides for the hair. All right. I was planning to do more turnaround and less callouts today, but you know, both things need to get done. We're not wasting any time here. And then the little flame in the middle is kind of like a little angular heart. And the crowd goes, "Aww." I don't know, I'm like, does the cap need maybe like a little spike? It could have a little spike, no? Purgatory affirmative. What did I say? And limbo negative? That's the opposite. That's your hell no. Oh, limbo negative. Because limbo is purgatory. There's another. It's also a dance with like a stick, but it also is another name for purgatory. Yeah. Stripes on the cap. I think it could use it. I think it could use just a little bit of. Oh wait, but no. Yes. Never mind. I think we're good. It's a little confusing. It'd have to be gold. We can try that. Cool. And it's like, are all these actually good? No, they're not. You're fine. You're fine. You're fine. You're not fine. They ask you if you're fine, but you're not fine. I can be brain rot. I can have topical takes on self-help books and just do like the most base, just like association game. Get you a man that can do both. Stream calmed down a bit. This is good. This needs to happen sometimes. I think this cap is fine. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Don't be too mad at it. I'm gonna revisit it though at some point. Not this design, but the idea of the zipper brimmed cap. I think I could have. Think I could have done that better. And it's fun enough. It's very fancy. Thank you, thank you. It's a fun enough idea that I want to revisit it at some point. Because I kind of wanted... Yeah, I actually had like a completely different idea for the shapes originally. Well, not the like the major shapes, but like all of the detailing, which is like most of the concept for the cap, is in its detailing. We'll come back to it someday and do a better version. Wait, no, that's bad. Maybe it's fine. Maybe it's fine. Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. There we go. I'm being lazy with the construction. Yeah, so that one we're gonna have to fix. There's a bunch of numbers on my TikTok studio stream breakdown. And I'm like, they must be all cap. They must be all wrong. Because for the past like 30 to 40 minutes, there's been this heart with the number 365 next to it, and it has not changed. It's just 365 likes. I don't. Which has to be complete cap. Pun originally not intended, but later on it was. I got there. See, that's no, this would be for the stream. There's this streaming software, TikTok Live Studio, that I'm trying to use, like that I am using to multi-stream. It's just like the stream breakdown is real weird. Yeah, it's real weird. Would probably make more sense if I'd ever like live streamed from the actual TikTok app, because then I would have like, I'd know the system that it's trying to give me information about. Oh well. It's not too deep. Realizing now that this is a very detailed prop. I'm like, does the cap brim need to be two-toned? Could make it that. Probably not though, right? Because then we would two-tone it, either like it would be blue and then either black, which is kind of confusing because it's too much like the hair, or gold, which is kind of confusing because it's too much like the zippers, like the blocks on it. So I think we better not. I think we better not. Okay. Should be able to. Nah, we'll just freestyle it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That looks good. Looks good to me. Oh, I didn't put in the other. Let's do that now. The other bit of the isometric perspective. Which we can do that a little faster. That's fully isometric. Maybe it's fine that we don't do isometric, but just do like a long lens. It's not fully isometric because isometric, I'm pretty sure would have to mean it's like the same angle. But it still works. Like if you have a sufficiently telephoto lens, you could get a perspective like this. Okay. This was hella wrong. Just the sketch. Just the sketch was wrong. Nothing big. I wonder if I can reuse that for this. It's probably a bit of a stretch. Yeah, it is. This bit would actually be better. Nah, it doesn't work. Doesn't work. Okay. Well, then we can use the knowledge that we gained about these chain links from the side, that they're supposed to be like interlocking, laying on top of each other like this, and then there's supposed to be like another one that goes like that. And that's sort of the system. Right? Yes. Yes. Still not anywhere near perfect, but it's closer than what I did on the other one. Cool. Sick. Sicko mode. No more chain link drawing for me. There's a button there. So many functionalities. So many things to do in the TikTok stream software. It's almost as if they want it to be entertaining to be a content creator too. It's almost as if their product is for people to become content creators. Cool. That's the slider bodies, and then the pull tabs. The terminology-nator. Cool, cool, that's you. Then the brim of this cap, and we should be done with drawing callouts, probably, potentially. Man, I gotta get in the habit of doing some projects that I don't finish. Like, it's good for portfolio, it's good for social media to finish your projects. But there's just so, I mean, so much refinement at the end of any piece I do. Such a time sink. Could be spent on drawing. Well, I am drawing right now, but like gesture drawing. Sketches, sketching. That's where it's at. Cause I think like master draftsmen, like the Kim Jong-gis of the world, I think they spent their time chiefly just sketching. Not doing a lot of like refinement over top of sketches, just doing like more sketches, and then over time you get better at doing the sketch like right, correct the first time. Anyway, that would be no. Yes, wait. It looked really bad and then it didn't, because I accidentally merged onto the sketch layer for some of these chains, but I duplicated them first. So we get them right back from over here. Where are we at? Here we at. And he's a winner. Sick. Could have been bad, wasn't. Just title of Justin Bieber's comeback album. Title of Justin Bieber's memoir. There we go. Okay, this takes like 2 minutes, literally 2 minutes to just draw over top of these. Do a little bit of prop refinement. Cool. Yeah. Damn, he was wrong when he said literally 2 minutes. More like literally 4. Imagine like being like a professional artist and being 100% off on all of your time estimations. Never getting work again. Cool, cool, cool. Yep. Is it like a little bit like... Maybe it just feels a little bit tall. What? I don't know, man. Looks fine to me. And the pull tab, and then we're done drawing callouts for now. Would I rather lose my eyesight or my hearing? Good question, Brain. Good question. Thanks for asking. I think, well, it's gotta be lose my hearing, right? Because eyesight is part of my job. It's just, I've heard that when you lose your hearing, you can sometimes get quite lonely. And I can imagine that too. None, please. Well, you gotta pick one. I like audio so much. I like voices and music so much. That is actually, yeah. It is definitely a none, please situation. Yeah, it has to be. I guess I'd go deaf. I guess I'd go deaf and just live with it. Just live with it sucking. You did your portrait for the day so you don't have to get cursed? Well, I mean, okay, fair enough. I guess I didn't set my quota for not getting cursed. That's my problem. Maybe if I had set like a specific quota for not getting cursed, I'd be fine. Since I haven't, I'm screwed. Okay. Isometric callouts. Slap some color on them. Get rid of you. Sick. Here we go. At this point I can afford to get rid of you too. And you. Save this as like Yunara 6. What's with this? Okay. Nothing is with that. Oh. There you go. Man, Clip Studio is good for this. Clip Studio is a real one for its masking tools, its filling tools. There's somewhere you can waste some time in Photoshop. There we go. Sick. And for now, let's just put on the local colors. We can always add like the quickest of renders later, depending on what the composition of the character sheet calls for. But like, oh, I guess we want to do this. That works. Let's just be that little bit more lazy for now. Huh? Control-Alt-G? Come on. Shortcut settings. Layer. Create clipping mask. Make clipping mask. Clip to... What's it called in Clip Studio? It's right here. Control-Alt-G. Clip to layer. Oh, my keyboard switched from Danish to English. Okay, now this is some bullshit. Close the dock, open the dock. Can you not clip to a layer that's referenced? what is up? What's good? Am I streaming tomorrow? Yes, I would be. Tomorrow is a Tuesday. This is chaos. This is an outrage. Control Alt G, clip to layer below. Yeah? Someone's trying to mess with me. And I am not to be trifled with. If this is still a problem tomorrow, man, somebody's gonna get an angry letter. You're heading to bed. See you tomorrow. See you tomorrow, Themios. Always nice to hang. Man. Can't believe they took my keyboard shortcuts. I'm thinking it's best to just keep the entire cap blue. Just so like it stands out against crazy. So it stands out against the both the hair and the gold accents that we already have so many of. Yeah. Just keeping it blue. What's over here? This should be blue. And I low-key forgot to draw the like the front bit of the cap in the back view. It would be something like that. Don't we think? I think. Honestly, probably a bit more to this side. Cool. Nice, nice. Okay, these are the colors. Nah, we definitely need to... And it's so easy to do like the quick render as well. it's because it's just like a clarity render. We're not really doing anything special when it comes to lighting or anything. Just to render for a bit of clarity and a bit of appeal. Sick. Then there's you. And that's just about making sure that it looks like broken bands of light moving across the surface. All with like the same directionality to the fibers. Like, there you go. Hello, and Domain. The fucking following sound. Could be fun to customize that. I don't know what I changed it to. Just using this render to let you all know that this is in fact brass. And not like a brown plaster. There you go. Same thing over yonder. Oh, there's a mistake. Cool, that's all good, that's all good. Yep. Maybe just crunch the contrast a little bit in the cap material here. Okay, so all we really got done today was these callouts. Which is fine. I don't know that it should have taken 3 hours, but life comes at you fast. Cool. Cool. Nice. That should be that. Called out. Cool. That should make everything quite clear. Talking about a metal. Don't think anybody's doubting that now. Sick. Amazing. No one's ever done that. group them. This will be callouts. And now it'll be callouts. I just need to send these screenshots to a friend. A friend of mine is doing a drawing of this year design. So there we go. Wait, huh? Different channel of communication? Maybe, mayhaps. Yes. Twas. Twas indeed. Give me a second, give me a second. I can make the... I can make the screenshot have more pixels if I pull it to my other monitor before I screenshot it. So I will. There we go. Nice. All right. I'm about at the point where I feel like these last 10 minutes, I could draw on the turnaround for 10 minutes. But I think if you ask me, that these last 10 minutes might be better spent getting ready to sleep than drawing like frantically trying to get out a turnaround. So if I could just find what I have for the turnaround so far, just prep it for next session. Oh, you saw the Malzahar rework. Glad you like it. Glad you like it. Callouts. I did turnaround somewhere. There you go. Cool. Well, you're really just catching the tail end of the stream. If you're curious, this is my Soul Fighter fan skin for Yunara. That's what this is. Doing this one more as like a just the design part of the project. I'm not going to be splash illustrating this one. But yeah. Anyway, I was I was kind of just saying that I'm wrapping up stream for today. So go catch some C's. But thanks for stopping by. Thanks for hanging out on the stream. Potentially catch you in the next one. 8 a.m. or 8 p.m. GMT +2. That's me. That's my stream schedule. Weekdays. Anyway, thanks for hanging. See you in the next one. Goodbye.